Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
Hey everyone.
Valentine.
How are you doing?
Ladies, you look beautiful as always.
Oh, thank you very much. You guys too. Very nice for Valentine.
We're all dressed for
We have to
Valentine's,
make the
very
effort, don't we?
colorful.
Yes. Very up for the occasion. So I'm really excited to be here with you all today, obviously for this special date. So I create this very nice hairstyle, very different than usual. You know that I always try to make a look to surprise you all, and also to make you excited to try and to maybe try different new tricks. So I really hope this will inspire you to do some creative work. And
Are we gonna do a
obviously
heart?
no, it's not going to be a heart. I didn't want to go that way. As I find
No,
it
because
quite,
I brought Robbie here to be my Valentine today, just because I thought you were gonna do a heart. You promised something very
no,
Valentine.
I feel like that hairstyle is very limited for
Aw.
this day.
All right.
So I want something a little bit more, I would say, more easygoing for any other occasion, not just
Softer hair and more romantic.
Exactly. Still very romantic, but very special. So I really want you all to pay attention. It's a really, really easy hairstyle with a very interesting technique. I learned it recently, so I didn't want to wait too long to share with you all. And also, speaking about new things, as you all know, we have a new line, which is not so new anymore. We had it already for a few months, the My Hair, My Canvas line. And we had one of our colleagues, Kitty from, where is she from? Actually, I don't want to get wrong.
Yeah, she's in Estonia and Tallinn.
Estonia, yeah, exactly. So Kitty recently asked us what kind of combination of My Hair, My Canvas products we could share with the community of Alterna, what kind of combination we like most, so we could all share any ideas and tips and tricks how to use this line. And as you know, this whole line actually is very versatile, so you can actually mix and match very easily each product. And I think, I don't want to get wrong, but I think I'm pretty much using every single product of the line today. I wanted to try something even more special, so I can
The first thing
really
you
show
said to
you.
me when I met you, Joanna, was that you love to layer and layer and layer the
I
hair with
love
different
that.
products.
I use a lot of product when it means a product, and I want to create a hairstyle that will last, and I want to make sure my model or my client has a proper hairdo. I put a lot of layers, a lot of product, and I keep applying. I think it's never too much, especially with Alterna. We know all the ingredients are so amazing, so it's nothing to go wrong, really.
Great.
All right, so.
All right, I'll leave you with Robbie then alone. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting dumped. I've been dumped already.
I'll be backstage.
Great.
Sorry, by the way, Nicholas, thanks for the roses.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's
No, it's so
Valentine's.
nice to have you, Robbie.
Lovely to see you girls. And may I say, lovely to see Ezra again, because I'm always fascinated by what you're going to do with our beautiful hair. Because again, there's no extensions. This is Ezra's hair.
It's natural.
stunning.
Let me just turn her around so you can really see what
Wow.
a special hair this is. It's really amazing.
So healthy.
I mean, as a hairdresser, I've never seen anything like this before, and I'm truly amazed. Every time I do Ezra's hair, I'm like, oh my God, this is literally doing Rapunzel's hair every time. So
Gorgeous.
just to take you through about the prep, I actually used 3 of our products from My Hair, My Canvas, and I start to apply. Actually, I usually like to apply roots first, and then I go over the length. So for the roots, I mean, this is actually, to be very honest with you, one of my favorite trio product. And Storing High Volumizing Mist, it's amazing, 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 amazing. It's a heat protected it has heat protection on this little bottle, so it actually protects the hair over any tongue that you will use later on, or actually the hair dry itself that is sometimes very hot and aggressive for the cuticle of the hair. Also, I use the Anyway texture spray.
That's my personal favorite.
Love it, because it does give you a little bit more of a control, so it gives you more of more of a movement when you need to set a curl or a movement, and it is fantastic. And the reason why this happened is because one of the key ingredients in this bottle, it's actually the coconut sugar, so it's really, really amazing. And also the shine on foam, and that's why you see all this fantastic shine on this lamp. It's just really beautiful, and it's very different from the common mousses, because it doesn't actually give me that stiffness and that difficult result of actually working with the hair whenever I'm sectioning it off, which I will be needed later on to do my little intricate work. All right, so let me start straight away. I already sectioned a little rough parting around here, so I'll be actually putting my parting on the side, just like this, not too far off the side, but just slightly off center. All right, and on this side I have this rectangular section, and I actually use a silver clip to mark it off, so it's just this much. All right, depending on the thickness of the hair, you can actually take it slightly thicker, but not wider. All right, so try to keep it quite as far as this, not so much far away from your forehead. And the reason why I went slightly more forward is because Ezra's hair around the front, it's a little layered. So I want to make sure I don't run out of hair later on whenever I'm doing my little special and magic on my hairstyle. All right.
It's funny for you to say you could run out of hair with Ezra, because there's so much.
Exactly.
There's so much there.
So much hair, and it's actually very nice, and the quality is not just the hair. This is something else. This is a very special hair.
It's very rare to get somebody with that hair and that health with the hair.
I've never seen anyone like this.
No?
I mean, it's almost like we're talking and Ezra is not here. But to be honest, I mean, she knows. Every time I'm brushing her hair, I'm like, oh my God, this is dream. It's so special. It's really, really amazing hair. All right, so I'm going to start to use a part of the prepping product, my first product, just to create my hairstyle. The Easy Does It. I love this product.
Gorgeous.
You can actually use on many, many occasions. On this case, I'm just using to define my sections.
It's a quite versatile
You can actually
product.
use for anything. You can use it for curly hair, to define your curls. You can just use it to dry your hair naturally. You can use it for many, many occasions. It is a special product.
It just gives a nice coating to the hair that gives it, that kind of nice, not polished, but a nice
it's
sharp look.
Controlled. It's like it's almost a bit lighter than the antifreeze blowout butter, so it's slightly more light. It also gives you control of the frizz. Let me take you through to every single step, because otherwise I start it really fast and I forget to tell you everything that I'm going to do. So this section that I separated previously, I'm going to divide it in 2 sections. All right, quite even. So this will be us. Let me just take a little bit more. There we go. 2 even sections. Then I start to twist them just once. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now pay attention to this. This section that I have on the top, I'll be just slightly section off one slice, just a tiny one, and I'm going to drop this section in between these 2. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Easy. So let me swing my fingers around. There we go. So this is it. After that, I always keep on hold these two sections. I twist it once again, and I'm going to drop another section right in between these two.
And again, very light tension.
Very light tension. I'm not actually holding it too strongly, my layers. And this could be a problem if you have a hair too layered. Sometimes this could be quite confusing if the hair's actually flying around. So I'll just keep using exactly the same technique to keep going so I can talk to you, Robbie.
May I ask you, Joanna, is it better to do this style on somebody without layers and say one length?
One length will be so helpful, but unfortunately, that's not the case every day. I'm just going to apply a little bit of the Easy Does It balm on my palm so I can just run it through with my fingers just a little bit when I need it. But obviously, I mean, if you have the chance to do this hairstyle in a hair with a one length, I mean, this is dreamy. Remember, you always twist the hair in the same direction. Don't twist it around a different direction because it will be a different effect if you do. Okay, and keep your twist close to the head. Okay. Here we go. Just
it's
keep
like
going.
You're weaving into you know when you see somebody weaving a basket together.
Almost like that.
You're doing that with the hair.
Yeah,
Magician.
almost.
Oh my
This
God.
is actually a bit more easy technique. I sometimes believe that the basket weave technique it could be quite confused for people who's not very experienced with braiding or many pieces of hair. So this is definitely a very easy technique. And as you can see, the trick here is just to work very clean with your section.
Wow.
Just keep going like that. Okay, and I just keep sliding a few sections as you see. I just keep going into the same pattern. Very easy. Okay.
But Joanna, I'm sorry, you say you make everything look easy, but you know, you're Joanna Navis for a reason.
Oh, Robbie, thank you very much. But to be very honest with you, this anyone can do. Otherwise, I would not bring her here because I know, I want people, I really want you guys to try this hairstyles and give it a go. Try and see how you find it. Is it an easy style? Is it something that you maybe can find yourself with a better trick than what I'm showing here? So please feel free to actually share with you all, with us all, like what do you find it actually easier? So
well, you always get so many people, I always see after your work, so many, and especially younger guys in salons, the minute you're finished, they go off, they do it, and they send you the pictures, you repost them. And to see that kind of...
That makes me so happy. Whenever people do that, it just makes me so happy. Whenever I see that you all create something that I did the last weekend or something, I'm like, oh my God, this is so special. Because
that's for the admiration for your work.
Absolutely. I think I'm just doing one little mistake here. Yeah, there we go. You see, you need to make sure that you're very concentrated. Otherwise, one little mistake and your result will be very different. Okay.
May I ask what inspired you with this new look?
Well, I just want to surprise you all with something very special. I think that's pretty much what it inspires.
You do that every time.
But actually, on this look specifically, I did realize whenever I finished, I don't know if you know this designer called Iris Van Harper. She does like this very special types of fabric to create her, masterpieces clothes.
Yeah.
And she does something really amazing. I know this is like high-end technology of fashion, and she does something really, really special with the fabric. and she does almost like this illusion of a 3D effect. And I know when I finished this hairstyle, when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, it almost reminds me a little bit of her types of fabric. So, I mean, you tell me when I finish, what do you think it looks like?
I think it's quite interesting that we get our inspiration now, not from just looking at through magazines, the old way. We do mood boards and we get inspired by fabrics and textures and different colors. And I just think, you know, that's the step we're going further in hairdressing.
Absolutely. And I think, I mean, more than ever, you do need to find your inspiration elsewhere, because, I mean, I work in fashion, and I know that the creativity that we see from catwalks and the fashion shows are a little bit less this season. So we need to find inspiration somewhere else.
Yes.
So now, just to take you into my next step, because this is actually a little trick. Basically, I'm dragging, almost like drawing actually, a line this way, and then I'll go this way, and then I'll drop it down.
In a zigzag kind of pattern.
Yeah, almost like a zigzag.
Wow.
So now, as you see, I just follow exactly the same technique, but instead of to carry on taking more hair on this side, I just swing it around, and I'm going to take these pieces again. So the same pieces that I took it before, I just take exactly the same ones. Okay, so I don't take any extra hair, I just take exactly the same pieces.
Joanna, I've seen people in the last year, and I've seen them doing all different kinds of styles. But you're somebody I always go back to because I always see you doing things more gentle than other people.
Really?
Yeah, other people, when they're doing styles, they tension, they pull, they hold, and you don't. You kind of have this fluid going through your hands, but then, you know, you wear magic hands. But you just have this beautiful way of doing things that it's simple. It makes it look simple. For someone like me, it doesn't be, but...
My mom is a hairdresser, and from long time, I suffered a lot whenever she was brushing my hair, or whenever she was combing my hair, whatever she was doing to my hair. I've been always very, very sensitive on my head. Okay. And I think when I first start to touch hair in a professional way, I always felt like people was in pain, because, you know, I was in pain every time she was touching my hair. So I think maybe that's why I try to be a little gentle whenever I don't need to have too much tension, because trust me, I can be a very heavy hand as well. If I need a very strong ponytail or something very sleek, I know I can do a big pull. But whenever there is not a need, I mean, I don't see a point why you need so much tension.
Since you started doing this style, the colors now are all popping out.
Yes.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
This color is fantastic.
Yeah.
Ezra just makes it very easy work. I had actually another model for today, but she had dark hair, and I was like, oh, it's not going to show as much.
It would be as effective.
Ezra. And
Ezra, I think, is the best hair model you could possibly get.
Absolutely. There's no better. Yeah. There's nothing better in the market.
No, she's definitely on top of the list. And she's beautiful as well.
Yeah, very, very nice. Very special. I'm very happy to meet Ezra, especially in here in my little hometown.
So lucky.
I know. Very nice. So, you know, nowadays we have a little bit
Joanna,
more
time. What did you do with the color?
Well, we just did a few highlights, not much more, because Ezra actually had a color correction that needed to be looked after. She had a lot of patches, and I know that whenever we are working with such a long length, and we are working with bleach, of course, there's nothing to hide about that. I think we need to be very gentle, and there is no need to use very aggressive products or very strong peroxides. We just need to look after the length as much as we can. So looking after every strand of hair it's really, really important. Don't try to reach that white color if the hair doesn't actually can hold such a strong
to do a proper blonde and to do it the correct way, you have to let the blonde lift slowly and use a gentle product. You don't need to use pre-lighteners without, you know, having those. They have like special additives to them now, and pre-bonding builders. You know, like the bond repair for the blondes in Alterna is one of the best things I've ever used for blonde hair.
Absolutely.
So you need to use the right products to complement the work that you're doing.
Oh, I really love the gradient color on the hair. It really showcases the work you're doing.
Really, really does. Gorgeous.
Absolutely. I mean, it was only a matter of applying the color exactly where you need. Sometimes there is no point to over process the hair with something that you know it's not going to do anything for the color that you are working with. So just really do that consultation with your client, understand exactly what she wants. So there's no need for that.
Joanna, is there a specific name to this style that we're doing today? Like, I know it's romantic, it's editorial.
But we can work into that for sure. As you see, I'm just ending now with a little baby elastic just around this end. So Ezra hair was just, perfect length for this. I still have a lot of hair left if I wanted to carry on.
Mm-hmm.
This hairstyle actually could look really, really nice if you wanted to carry on your around the length and do exactly the same effect. But I'm actually going to do a ponytail. So this will be roughly the shape that I want. I will be doing some little magic around here. But now, as you see, there is a slightly bigger space here than here. So I'm just going to even off this area, just pulling off a little bit of the hair on this corner.
When I'm looking at you doing this, I don't know, but my head is getting busy with like Milan Fashion Week. It's really, it's something you would see on a catwalk.
I don't think so, only because, more than ever, catwalks are, it depends what stylist we are talking about. I mean, clothes stylist, because what happens is people want something that actually they can feel that is practical and is easy to wear. So, probably on this specific hairstyle, maybe it will be too complicated for people to feel identified with.
Sure.
Okay, so now I have my shape done. I'm just going to pull the hair a little bit through each section, okay? I'll just apply a little bit more of my Easy Does It Air Dry Balm. Just to make sure I control all these little babies. And you can always use small silver clips to mark the hair exactly where you want it to fold. Okay, there we go. I want to have this nice design around the front. And now just keep going with my sections slightly. Just use my telecom here. Here we go. And just keep on going. So everything.
Joanna,
say again, sorry?
Sorry, I was asked today by another hairdresser. We were chatting on Facebook, and I was telling him I was going to host yourself, and he knew who you were, and he was so excited. But he asked me to ask you a question. He's in London. He's in London now, and he's feeling very frustrated with the isolation,
I'm sure,
the unknown. He wanted to know, where do you always get your passion from? Because even throughout this pandemic, in the whole year, you've always been really passionate. And how do you keep that passion in the times we're in now?
To be honest with you, I must thank Alterna for most of the work that I'm doing at the moment, because without this lives, without this, I would say, excitement that I try to bring every week, I would be way more frustrated and didn't know what to do. And this is something, actually, if we have more artists watching us today, it's really important for me to actually tell you all that I'm not always inspired. I don't always feel like I wanted to do hair, or I feel like I wanted to create something amazing. Most of the time, actually, I don't. I'm upset. I don't know what to do, because I used to travel a lot to get my inspiration. So nowadays, it's very difficult because we don't travel as much. I know I'm very lucky because I still travel a little bit, but I don't travel as much anymore. So obviously we don't get that inspiration so often nowadays. But obviously I try to search pictures on Instagram. I try to twist a little bit some of the ideas that I see, just to keep me, I would say, active, really, because I think that's the secret. Try not to stop. Even if you just get your dolly head, try something that you always had in the back of your head that you wanted to try, but you never had the time. So now it is the time. This is the time that we need it now, to create everything. And, you know, obviously not everyone always feels inspired. You need to take your time. So even if I think, oh, you need to get your dolly head and do it now because it's time, you need to keep going. Not always you feel inspired, not always you feel up to it. And, you know, again, my mom is a hairdresser and she's always pushing me forward to try something different. And sometimes I tell her, like, to be honest, I don't feel inspired right now. I don't want touch hair this week. I don't want to do this week. So I think it's really important for all of us to understand that we don't need to be doing hair all the time. I follow a lot of artists at the moment, a lot of hairdressers, and I can see that they actually are doing very creative things with hair. I follow this amazing artist online. He's using expired food to create hairstyles in a head block, for example. So this is something, you know, you may need to try different things and see how it goes, because not always we feel that amazed about how to touch hair, or sometimes we need time to be sad, to not feel, sometimes we need to step away from hair to feel inspired again.
I think that's a really lovely, honest message that you put out there, Joanna, and I thank you for that, because it was really enjoyable to listen to your honesty, because a lot of people are under pressure sometimes to keep going and smiling and be that fantastic hairdresser, whereas we're human. We have days where we're like, ugh, what's going on?
No, you just don't feel motivated at all. And it's almost like doing a workout. You don't feel like doing it until you just get yourself into a mindset and you're like, okay, I need to. Now I missed you. Some exercise or something.
Don't get me started about workouts. It's like I've been trying to go out running for a week now, and it's been like -11, -6, -8.
Exactly.
And every time I open the door, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. Not today.
Exactly. So, you know, that not always we feel like is the time to do it, or any of that. So, I mean, I think we all need to take our time and to understand when is the time. Okay, so now I'm just going back to.
We have a name actually for your look, I think. I'm afraid.
Yeah,
Joanna,
fantastic.
we've been preempted by other people. Your look is called the waterfall braid.
Oh wow, I love that.
That's perfect.
Shandy from Sound Promotions' Facebook account is watching. He's saying it's a waterfall braid. Twist bottom.
Amazing.
I'm
glad the one comes over.
I think it's a great name.
I always feel inspired. I mean, for a long time, I was definitely, I wouldn't say against to social media, but I was a little bit septic, I would say. And actually, since this year that we've been home a lot, I try to get a lot of inspiration on social media and to understand exactly, what can they invent, or, a lot of girls are doing the hair at home. So it's so exciting to see how they do all those amazing things. So I learned a lot. So this was actually one of the looks that I decided to take a little inspiration from and create my own hairstyle. And this is what I want you all to do, is to feel inspired, but also to create your own.
Yeah, but the thing that you do, Joanna, and I think you do it best, is always inspire people when it comes to hair.
Oh, thank you, Robbie.
May I ask you, was that a thread or an elastic that you used there?
Say again, sorry?
Is that a thread or elastic that you used there?
This is always, I wouldn't say always, but most of the time I use elastic thread. I feel like you get way more control in your look, and the tightness, it's way stronger. Okay. I don't know if you can see what I mean about Iris Van Harper types of fabric, because actually her fabrics, they look very much like this kind of 3D effect.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Nicola still have a picture of her fabrics. We used it as an inspiration for a previous hairstyle that we did a long time ago.
And Joanna, would you be a person that would do mood boards a lot?
Oh yes, I love to do mood boards.
I love mood boards, yeah, me too.
I love mood boards. I discover so many hairstyles whenever I do a job in session, because we work a lot with mood boards. Usually the client sends you a mood board so you can feel inspired by the collection or whatever they created. So it's always inspiring for us all, for sure. Okay.
I can't get over the shine.
The shine is fantastic.
Oh my God.
So good. So now I'm just going to do a few waves around this area, but I really wanted to carry on this movement downwards. Mm-hmm. So it's important to just make sure the first few sections you actually lift the hair over the top like that. So you're curling.
I love the name Waterfall.
Say again, Robbie?
I love the name Waterfall because the hair is going like this. It's like the fluid. It's beautiful.
So fluid. I love it. Very, very nice. There you go.
And that would be a GHD tongs you're using?
Yeah, this one is. I do use a lot of GHD tongs because, I like the smooth ceramic touch of the curling iron. I think it's a really nice quality. But it doesn't matter which one you have, really. If you have any other brand, it will also work the same. This is actually the smallest size of GHD. So it's not the big size, it's the smallest one. I think it's something like 19 centimeters. No, 90 millimeters, or it's not centimeters. But I may be wrong, I'm not sure. Okay. This is something very, very important. I'm doing all the waves into the same direction, I would say. So then after I can just comb them through and have exactly the same movement coming out.
When you do hair, it's always very exciting to see the finish because when you start, it's something that people usually haven't seen before. So it's more intriguing. When you get to the middle part, I'm like, come on, I want to see it.
Yeah, of course, you always want to see the end result quickly.
I think when people watch you, they just get excited by how you manage the hair.
It's always to see the process, sometimes it takes a bit of time. Especially
Gorgeous.
amazing Ezra hair. It's a lot of hair.
Mimi is asking where she can get your clips, Joanna.
Oh, the silver clips?
Yeah.
You can actually find them online. There is my friend's website. She the company calls Session Kit, and they have the greatest tools online. I mean, most of them from around the world. They're sometimes very difficult to find in Europe. So please check them up. It's a very, very complete and helpful products for your kit. I love all the products they sell. They're very, very good. Okay. Perfect. So now I'm just gonna wait for my curls to cool it down, and I'm going to cover my elastic by taking one little piece from the back, and I just swing it around.
Very clever.
Let me just see what I'm gonna do with this much, because I feel like, let me just see. Yeah, I think I'm maybe gonna hide all the hair underneath. I think it's more beautiful just to see the whole result. So what I'm gonna do, forget about the waves now. What I'm gonna do is just to add a couple of more elastics around this length. Wait, maybe I need another one. Let me just cut a bigger one. It's a lot of hair with Ezra. Okay.
Joanna, you're based in Portugal now, yeah?
Yes, I am.
And may I ask you, is it locked down over there, or are you back?
Yeah, unfortunately it is. We cannot open the salons at the moment. And it's actually really sad because, I mean, most of the business are closed, but still a lot of things open. And as a hair industry person, I feel like it's actually very unfair because we all have a lot of protection, PPE, everything in our salons, just to make sure. I'm just going to use a few bobby pins.
Mm-hmm.
Let me choose the blonde ones underneath. This is the thing that you need to always understand. Just, I'll go back to your question, Robbie.
Yes, no problem.
I did this hairstyle many times this week and it looked amazing, but it's actually the first time I'm doing on Ezra hair. And this is what you need to consider is sometimes a hairstyle that you are planning to do, it may won't look amazing on the type of length that you are working with. So make sure that you always are flexible with your hairstyle to change things around. So by using those elastics around the length, they will be secure. So I can just roll all the length in and make sure everything is secure. So I can just pull the sides a little bit. And I only use actually 4 bobby pins so far. So it's not a lot. And the hairstyle is very secure.
Beautiful. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah, so now I'm just going to balance everything.
Joanna, may I ask you just to do that again, the way you turned her to the side? Because the effect was like bang, as you brought her around on the chair.
It's almost like a 3D effect, isn't it?
It really is. It's like, I kind of got a bit like, wow, it's like fantastic.
Valentine's surprise.
Oh, thank you. Fantastic.
Let me just balance, because I don't have a mirror here. I just want to make sure everything is balanced. we go. Ah, and there's one little elastic here. We don't want to see that. So I'm going to use a little U-pin just to go over and swing it over our hairstyle. I love to do this. It's like you actually pinch the elastic with your little U-pin, just like this, and just pinch it over. There we go. So you don't see it anymore. So like a little trick. No one can see there is a elastic band in there. Okay, so let me see. I need a little bit more pull around here. It's important to get everything beautifully balanced.
Absolutely stunning, Joanna.
Everything okay?
Oh my God.
So it's really,
Incredible.
I love this hairstyle.
That is incredible.
It's almost like a bit period, you know, very, very elegant.
It's romantic, it's elegant, it's Valentine's Day, it's everything.
Very much.
And there wasn't too much product used. It
No.
was more like in the prep.
At all. So actually it's important. And then you have this side way more simple, that actually is the contrast between, you know, to have a balance of something more clean and simple and something more elaborated. So
And gives it the wow factor.
yeah, it's almost like a headpiece, you know, like
Yeah.
a accessory.
Yeah. I'm always amazed when you've done hair. I'm always just, oh my God.
Oh, thank you, Robbie. But yeah, this hairstyle specifically, I feel like I was so excited to show you all. For me, it's something very, very special, and I put a lot of work into it to understand exactly how could you find it easy to do it, and maybe to use in a different type of color as well will work really well. But remember, it's always important if you have either some highlights or some little contrast around the length. Whenever it's just one color, just one solid base, you may lose a little bit of the magic.
So you need more of a multi-tonal color to get the full
absolutely.
effect. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's important to have a balance in that as well. So you see with the contrast of colors with the highlights that Ezra has, it really makes the hairstyle comes alive.
Ezra, would you like to go for dinner now, look?
It's a really nice color, very nice.
He looks amazing.
Thank you very much, Robbie. I hope everyone enjoyed this session. Our Valentine's surprise.
Stunning.
Yeah? Are we still live?